A news hour tonight. Ganduje quits as APC chairman amid growing scandal. Yobe Blast Kills 4, leaves 21 injured. Stakeholders blame Plateau bloodshed on land indigent clashes. On foreign scene, Israeli strikes near Gaza aid zone spark global fury. Good evening and welcome to News Hour on Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. The National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has resigned from his position with immediate effect, citing health concerns. However, insiders say the decision was triggered by mounting internal pressure, growing discontent over alleged financial impropriety, and backlash from party aspirants, particularly in the Federal Capital Territory, over exorbitant financial demands. Ganduje, who took over the party's leadership in August 2023 after serving as Kano State Governor, has faced a turbulent tenure marked by legal tussles, court rulings and factional opposition questioning his legitimacy. The APC has yet to issue an official statement on the resignation, but political observers say the development could unsettle the party's internal dynamics as it gears up for crucial elections. Joining us virtually to discuss this situation is Jude Ojo, Public Affairs Analyst. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on News Hour tonight. Okay, let's first start off with the reason that Ganduje gave. He's saying it's health concerns. Can we really take that as the reason? Okay, so having a bit of a network situation there. We will circle back to that conversation. Now, moving on to other stories. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday met with Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, SSA Minister Nyesom Wike, and Speaker Martins Amwewele at the presidential villa, aiming to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. The meeting marks the first since Tinubu suspended the governor, his deputy, and the State Assembly in March, citing security concerns and governance breakdown. Photos and videos from the meeting showed the parties in a cordial mood, exchanging smiles and handshakes, an indication that peace may be returning to the state. Though no official statement was released, sources say the president may soon lift the state of emergency imposed in March. The Rivers State crisis stems from a power tussle between Wike and his former ally, Governor Fubara, which drew national criticism after President Tinubu's controversial suspension of elected officials.
We're members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle your disagreement, and that has been finally concluded today, and we have come to report to Mr. President that is what we have agreed. So for me, everything is over, and enjoy everybody who believe to work with us, to also work together with everybody. That there's no more acrimony, there's nothing to say we're disagreeing. We have all agreed on everything. So we thank God. For me, it's a day we have to thank Almighty God.
For me, it's very important that this day has come to be. What we need for the progress of Rivers State is peace. And by the special grace of God this night, with the help of Mr. President and the agreement of the leaders of the states, our leader, peace has returned in Rivers State. We'll do everything within our power to make sure that we sustain it this time around.
Well, now I'm being joined back by with Jude Ojo, who we had earlier. Good evening again.
Good evening, Chiamaka. It's my pleasure.
Yes. Good to have you. So let's start again. Ganduje says that health concerns are his reason for resigning. Should we really take that?
Do I what?
Should we really take that that's the reason for his stepping down from the seat of the APC chairman?
Well, I'm not surprised if he has resigned. Of course, there has not been any official statement from the APC secretariat, but some of the reporters that went there earlier today to the APC secretariat said he says have been moving his stuffs out, which is reminiscent of what has happened under former chairman Adam Soshomole, now senator, and Senator Adamu Abdullahi was the immediate past. And of course, you recall that Ganduje in the last 2 years have gone through a lot of controversies stemming from his alleged corruption, where he was purported to have received bribe from a businessman, which led to him being labeled Gandola. Then the Kano State government under the Governor Abba Yusuf has dragged him to Kano Anti-Corruption Agency, where he's answering for corruption charges. We've also seen his ward in Kano suspending him, even though an Abuja High Court have invalidated his suspension. We've also seen the APC in North Central Nigeria challenging his legitimacy because it is felt that that position is supposed to be occupied by somebody from North Central after the exit of Senator Adamu Abdullahi from Nasarawa State. So he's been dogged, his 2 years tenure has been dogged by all manner of controversies. But let's hope that, as they say, there's no smoke without fire. If indeed he has resigned, or his resignation is confirmed, because even the Guardian newspaper speculated that he actually resigned on the nudge from President Bola Tinubu, that he resigned at the behest of President Bola Tinubu. That's what the Guardian newspaper of Nigeria reported. So let's hope this will not get a negative backlash, because as we have seen, there is a piece of the graveyard in APC, and some of us have predicted that it's likely going to be an implosion in APC, given the enormity of the people that has been defecting into that party in the last 1 year, particularly in the last 6 months of this year, 2025.
All right. So now, would we take that this is some sort of a realignment for 2027, or is this based on the performance of Ganduje, his supposed resignation?
Well, his proposed, his alleged resignation is about political realignment, in the true sense of it. If the presidency had wanted to throw him under the bus, the president would have done it long before now. Don't forget, when Adam Soshomole was to be removed, it was his ward in Edo State that first suspended him, and eventually his exit was validated by the court, which says that his ward where he registered has the capacity to remove him, even as a national chairman. Then Adamu Abdullahi came, superintended over APC through the 2023 election, won the election for them, but for one reason or the other, he was pressured to leave himself and the National Secretary, Senator Yola Omishore. And then came to the surprise of many of us, he was brought in from the Northwest to replace somebody from the North Central. And that has unsettled the party. And then the president, perhaps thinking that if this issue is not laid to rest, can harm his chances in 2027, has decided to sacrifice Abdullahi Ganduje in order to placate the people of North Central Nigeria. Not only that, recall that throughout last weekend, there was this, Ulabalu about the registration of ADA, Alliance for Democratic Alternative, which many believe will give APC a run for its money, because the main promoters of the ADA are from northern Nigeria. The speculation, Chiamaka, is that the president may have sacrificed Ganduje in order to woo Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State, back into APC, given the fact that the Ganduje was the former deputy governor to Kwankwaso on the two occasions that Kwankwaso was governor. It is believed that since both of them in the current period don't see eye to eye, Kwankwaso will most likely not come to APC unless Ganduje leaves. And then the president may have weighed his chances that if he sacrificed Ganduje and woo Kwankwaso, Kwankwaso will bring Governor Abba Yusuf into APC, and then given the grassroots appeal of the Kwankwasia movement, Kwankwaso may likely give APC higher number of votes in 2027 than Ganduje will. So it's all about realignment and permutation about 2027. And you know, the earlier you do this, the better, because as has been said in the media, the National Convention of APC will happen in December 2025. Tomorrow, the APC governors are meeting in Edo State, and I'm sure that it's going to be one of the issues that they are going to discuss, even about his possible replacement. There are media speculations that the national vice president North will likely be his replacement in acting capacity, pending the time that they are going to have a convention in December. But all said and done, what I see is a realignment ahead of 2027. And I just hope that the president will get whoever will get his acts right, so that this will not have a backlash. Because there's also the wider context of whether the current vice president, Kashim Shettima, will retain his seat in 2027. And then the permutation is that the president may be looking towards Northwest for his running mate in 2027. And if he's looking at Northwest rather than Northeast, maybe Kwankwaso may be the likely pick for him because of votes. And don't forget, in politics, there's no permanent enemy or friendship. It's all about interest. And the interest here is about 2027.
Okay. There's so many permutations going on right now, this, that, and whatnot. But just before you go, isn't this some sort of risky move, saying that under the leadership of Ganduje, there's been a lot of defections into the APC, changing the leadership that's brought about this movement? Isn't it risky for the party?
I will not say so expressly. I think the defection into APC is not because of the dexterity of Ganduje. People who are running into APC will still have come, irrespective of Ganduje. We never knew whether Ganduje played any critical role in bringing Governor Sheriff Oborowere of Delta. It's not on record that it was the persuasion of Ganduje that brought in Pastor Umoeno from Akwa Ibom to join APC, and several other senators, House of Reps, and State House of Assembly members. I believe they will come, irrespective of who is the national chairman. It's also about their own interests that they are trying to protect. For instance, the two governors that have joined APC are seeking re-election in 2027. Oborowere is on his first term, Umoeno is on his first term, and both of them will want to align with a party that can guarantee their return in 2027. Several other senators, House of Reps members, and State House of Assembly members that have joined APC also see their journey as giving them a viable platform to win re-election. Look at what's happening in PDP. They have not been able to resolve who is the national secretary of the party. And you saw just 2 days back where even the NWC of PDP is divided. The acting national chairman is giving a directive that there will be no NEC meeting on June 30th. And a section of the NWC of PDP is saying the NEC meeting will hold. Even when INEC has called their attention and said that, look, the letter inviting us to observe that NEC meeting was not properly written because it carries only the signature of the national chairman or the acting national chairman, not the secretary. So those who are bailing out of PDP, those who are bailing out of Labour Party, will still have done it irrespective of who is the national chairman of APC. Okay. They only joined APC because they saw APC as a viable platform for them to win the election in 2027. So it's all about interest. Okay. It's not about personality.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jide Ojo, for your insights on the political matters this evening.
It's my pleasure. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Keep safe and stay blessed.
You too. On to a sad story. A suspected improvised explosive device IED has killed 4 people and injured 21 others Friday morning along the Kataroko-Guniwi Road in Gujba local government area of Yobe State. When their vehicle ran over the explosive. Reports say that the injured are being treated at the specialist hospital and the Yobe State University Teaching Hospital, while the deceased have been buried. Gutala lies near the Sambisa Forest, the known base of Boko Haram insurgents for over a decade. Unconfirmed reports say vigilantes and military patrol vehicles may have also triggered explosives on the same route a day earlier, with casualties recorded. Joining us via phone is Daily Trust Northeast Bureau Chief Hamisu Matazu to give us an update. Okay, we'll circle back to that subsequently. Now, 2 farmers have been killed in a fresh ambush along the Ganuwari Tahos Road in Riyam local government area of Plateau State. According to the Biram Youth Molders Association, the victims were returning from Ganuwari Market when they were attacked around 5 p.m. on Wednesday. As mourners gathered to bury the deceased in Guan village on Thursday, gunmen reportedly launched another assault, sending attendees fleeing. Security operatives from Operation Safe Haven swiftly intervened to repel the attackers. The youth group accused Fulani herders of orchestrating both attacks. However, the chairman of Mieti Allah in Riyam, Bello Adamu, denied the allegations, calling them baseless and politically motivated. Military authorities are yet to comment officially on the incident. Still in Plateau State, the Initiative for Development and Advancement of the Natives, PIDAN, and the Plateau State chapter of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, say sustainable peace in the state hinges on resolving 2 core issues: land ownership and the long-standing indigenous settler divide. The 2 groups made this known while appearing at separate sessions before the Plateau State government's fact-finding committee set up to investigate the root causes of the violence that has plagued the state since 2001. Adon Musa tells us more in this report.
For over 2 decades, Plateau State has experienced recurring violence, mostly between farming and herding communities. The clashes have left hundreds dead, communities displaced, and properties destroyed. In an effort to break the cycle of violence, Governor Caleb Mutfwang constituted a fact-finding committee to uncover the historical triggers and offer workable solutions. Appearing separately before the committee in Jos, PIDAN and MACBAN both pointed to similar concerns, particularly around identity, exclusion, and access to land. PIDAN insisted that unless the controversial indigenous-settler dichotomy is addressed, peace will remain out of reach.
What we are saying is that if you say you are a plateau man, show us your land. Sir, we have the Birom land on the plateau. I as an Yoruba man cannot go and lay claim that I am from the Birom land. We have the Magavul land. We have the Tarot land. We have other lands. So these people that are claiming, let them come up with their own historical background that this land, the Mahanga that they are laying claim at, belongs to them. Who will agree? If government wants this thing to stop, our land that is being occupied by the Fulani right now on the plateau should be returned to the real landowners.
See it, in fact, over the media, how everybody is claiming right off. Now he has stayed for more than 67 years, and therefore it is his land. It is his land. He has nowhere to go. No. And I think if that is not addressed, if the issue of settler indism is not settled, this crisis will continue.
For their part, Hada said accusations of land grabbing are often vague and misunderstood. They also stressed that the failure to recognize and include them in key decisions has deepened mistrust and resentment. We keep hearing we are land grabbers, but what exactly does that mean? People need to ask who is grabbing land from whom. The real issue is this question of who belongs and who doesn't. We feel the government is not carrying us along. Our cattle are stolen, our people attacked, and nothing is done. If the government wants peace, it can make it happen. But we are excluded from the conversation. Committee member Shamaki Gag acknowledged the weight of the submissions, noting the importance of healing and reconciliation for long-term peace.
The conflict have both social and economic effects on the youth. Socially, the youth are not able to interact among themselves. Youth across divide are not talking. They are not doing business, except those that are doing criminal activities. Economically, their businesses are suffering because you cannot sell your product to only people of your faith or people of your ethnic affiliation. So you need people from other places to be able to support your business and to be able to help you flourish. And so it's a disturbing trend that youths are 100% or more percent, higher percentage of involvement in the conflict. And so they must be at the center of the conversation to find peace. And
the crisis in Plateau is not just about land or grazing rights. It is a tangled web of identity politics, historical grievances, exclusion from governance, and competition over scarce resources. While violence manifests in clashes between farmers and herders, its roots run deeper into issues of belonging, marginalization, and state failure to provide security and justice for all. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
8 people have been confirmed dead following a fresh attack by suspected Lakurawa terrorists in Sabio village, Tangaza local government area of Sokoto State. According to local authorities, the attack occurred around 4 p.m. on Wednesday, just hours after the same group reportedly raided Baiji village and rustled livestock before being repelled by the military. Gazeli Raka, security advisor to the Tangaza Council chairman, said 6 people died on the spot in Sabio, while 2 others later succumbed to their injuries. The attackers also attempted to storm Sanyina village, but retreated when confronted by troops. The Sokoto State Police Command has confirmed the killings, linking the incident to the ongoing violence perpetrated by the Lakurawa group across the region. Still in security matters, the Nigerian Air Force has neutralized scores of terrorists in Niger State during multiple precision airstrikes carried out between June 24 and 26 under Operation First in Yama. The strikes, conducted in coordination with ground troops and other security agencies, targeted terrorist hideouts responsible for recent attacks and cattle rustling in Kakihun and Kumbashi communities. According to NAF spokesperson Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, the air raids destroyed key terrorist logistics, disrupted regrouping efforts, and demonstrated the force's rapid response capability and strong interagency cooperation. Reaffirmed NAF's commitment to protecting lives and property and ensuring lasting peace across the country. A landmine explosion at Ekeoboheze Market in Awedemili or Suluku government area of Imo State has left 1 person dead and 5 others injured. The blast, which occurred on June 24, 2025, caused widespread panic in Uboheze and surrounding communities. Local sources reported multiple casualties, but police later confirmed that 1 woman, Ngozi Ume, was killed after stepping on the explosive device. 5 other individuals were injured and are currently receiving medical treatment. The Imo State Police Command, in its preliminary investigation, linked the attack to suspected IPOB ESN operatives. A high court in Nairobi has ruled that the detention and transfer of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021 was unlawful. In a judgment delivered on Friday, Justice E. Muita described Kanu's arrest and subsequent rendition as a violation of his fundamental rights. The court awarded 10 million Kenyan shillings in damages against the Kenyan government. The judge held that since Kanu lawfully entered Kenya, the government was obligated under the country's 2010 constitution to protect his rights and freedoms. The Nigerian Court of Appeal had also ruled in October 2022 that Kanu's extradition was improper and ordered his release. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has added a full investigation into a viral video in which a retired superintendent of police laments receiving just 2 million naira as his terminal benefit after 35 years of service. The retired officer, who left the force on October 1, 2023, claimed he was informed by the Nigerian Police Pension Board that his total retirement package was 3 million naira, 1 million naira in arrears, and 2 million naira as his full benefit. Reacting, the Force Public Relations Officer ASP Olumuyiwa Adejobi said the IGP has tasked NPF Pensions Limited to urgently verify the claims, identify any lapses, and take appropriate steps to address them. Egbetokun assured retirees and their families of the police's leadership's commitment to reforming the pension system and ensuring their sacrifices are honored. In Aba, a commercial tricycle rider has been widely praised after returning 4 million naira that was mistakenly left in his vehicle by a passenger. The rider, identified as Lucky Okoro, narrated the incident on his Facebook page, describing it as an opportunity to do what he considered the right thing. The story has gone viral, with videos showing the grateful passenger praying for him while onlookers applauded his integrity. Okoro reportedly picked up a female passenger from Abami Park and dropped her off at Ariaria Market. She had unknowingly left a bag containing 4 million naira in his tricycle, commonly known as keke. On to News Hour on Trust TV. Still to come. AI transforms farming in Kano, boosts harvests. More news, to stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. A recap of our top stories. We told you that Ganduje quits as APC chairman amid growing scandal. We also informed you that Yobe Blast Kills 4, leaves 21 injured. Two more stories. Tragedy struck on Friday at the bustling Mile 6 market in Jalingo, Taraba State, when a tipper truck loaded with sharp-sat lost control and rammed into a crowd of traders and shoppers, leaving several people dead and many others injured. The accident, which occurred Friday afternoon, has ignited tension among residents. Eyewitnesses say the accident occurred after one of the truck's tires reportedly burst while it was on high speed, causing the driver to lose control. The vehicle was said to have veered off the road and crashed into the crowded marketplace. Once a distant concept confined to research labs and tech summits, artificial intelligence is now finding its way into farmlands, guiding local farmers in Kano from soil preparation to harvest. In Gezawa local government area, a community steeped in agricultural tradition, a quiet revolution is taking root. Trust TV's Abdulaziz Ibrahim met with farmers, extension workers and experts to understand how AI, artificial intelligence, is transforming agriculture.
For farmers like Malam Tijani Dammadanho and Awalu Suleiman, this farming season feels different. In their pockets are not just seeds or planting calendars, but smartphones running AI-powered apps. In the past, we made a lot of decisions based on guesses, But now the app provides more informed decisions to replace what we used to do by guessing. Recall when we had a severe drought here in Gezawa local government. If we had this app then, farmers could have used the weather information to prepare better. It also helps reduce the need for soil sample testing. By taking pictures of the soil, the app can provide useful information about it. At the heart of this shift are agricultural extension workers like Musa Muhammad Hassan of the Kano Agricultural and Rural Development Authority. Now, AI has become his ally.
Wherever a farmer happened to be, without waiting for agricultural extension agent to come and defeat them or to answer his question, at that instant time, a farmer can ask common questions, and that farmer chat app will respond to the question.
But does AI threaten his job?
Not at all. I do not see this innovation, that is AI-generated farmer chat app, as a replacement. Rather, I see it as a complement to our work.
Experts in agricultural technology agree. AI, they say, is not here to take over the job of a farmer, but it's here to help cultivate the land more wisely.
Before you even talk about AI or artificial intelligence, you look at in Nigeria, what is the ratio of extension agents to farmer? In some states, one extension agent will cover 10,000. In some states, 1 to 15,000. How realistic is that? So this is one of the reasons why we need to dig deep. We need to think differently.
Meanwhile, farmers like Tijani and Awalu continue to prepare for the rains not just with hoes, but with data, predictions and confidence. Artificial intelligence may not hold a hoe or spread fertilizer, but it's already helping farmers plant smarter and reduce risk. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
No fewer than 220 lives have been lost, with over 8,000 people displaced following a wave of windstorms, rainstorms and flooding across Sokoto, Kaduna, Taraba, Cross River, Ekiti, Ogun, Niger and Imo states between March and June 2025. A breakdown of incidents reveals the worst hit state as Niger, where a devastating flood in Mokwa killed over 200 people and left more than 700 missing on June 11. In Sokoto, storms ravaged 11 communities, killing 5, injuring 29 and destroying 1,400 homes. Similar storms in Taraba claimed 6 lives and injured 30 others, while in Kaduna 2 lives were lost and dozens displaced. Ekiti recorded massive destruction to nearly 500 buildings and 4 local governments, though no fatalities were reported. Emergency reports show more than 2,500 homes destroyed nationwide and over 60 people injured as local and federal agencies battle mounting humanitarian needs. As part of efforts to strengthen journalism standards and promote professional development, the Daily Trust Foundation, with support from the MacArthur Foundation, has concluded a 3-day intensive workshop for journalists in Abuja. The training program was designed to enhance reporting techniques, digital storytelling, and ethical journalism practices, bringing together media professionals from across the region. Abubakar Abdullahi Galadima completes the report.
The 3-day training focused on broadcast and digital production aimed at boosting the knowledge and the skills of participants. Some of the journalists who attended expressed optimism that the training will enhance their capacity and improve their professional careers.
I am actually going to put it into most of my job commentary work and report I'm going to do, especially the tools in editing, apart from the CapCut that we normally learn and the Adobe Premium that we normally learn, and also in posting, social media posting, how to tag and also how to make use of the hashtag and trending topics to engage our audiences.
The good thing that I learned here is about the safety during reporting in conflict zone, and it has actually helped me to understand how you should prepare yourself or gear yourself before approaching a conflict zone.
Resource persons at the workshop emphasized the importance of such capacity building initiatives, noting that they play a vital role in helping journalists deliver more impactful work.
Organizing this training program for journalists is so important because it helps journalists to gain more skills, get more knowledge, and know how to execute their jobs better.
If you don't learn new skills, if you don't get reminded of those things, then there's no way you can maximize your potentials as a journalist. As a journalist, you are only, as a reporter, for example, you are only as good as your previous report, as your last report. So if you don't equip yourself with some of these skills, or you don't avail yourself of those opportunities, then you will never grow.
One of the organizers, Theophilus Abba, urged participants to put their newly acquired knowledge into practice to advance the quality of journalism in Nigeria.
Learning should not be ignored. They have to engage in continuous learning. In this dispensation, a lot of tools are coming up. A lot of tools for broadcast, tools for social media amplification, tools for writing. All of them are coming up, making the job better and easier. So they need to learn, how to use these tools in such a manner that it will aid their jobs, improve the quality of their job.
The workshop not only improved the technical and the creative abilities of attending journalists, but also underscored the importance of continuous learning in the media profession. As participants return to their newsrooms, the insights gained are expected to foster higher standard in reporting, innovation, and ethical storytelling, ultimately benefiting Nigeria's media landscape and its audience. At the end of the training, participants were awarded certificates in recognition of their active participation and commitment throughout the workshop. Abubakar Abdullahi Galadima, Cross TV News, Abuja.
Families of victims allegedly killed by notorious serial killer Wasiu Akinwande has called for justice over the murder of their children last year. The call came as the Lagos State Police Command on Friday announced the arrest of Akinwande, popularly known as Olori Esho, whom authorities described as the most wanted serial killer in the state. Trust TV's Abbas Delibi reports.
The grieving families, residents of Idiaraba area in Mushi local government area of Lagos, include Afsat Abdullahi, who said her son was killed by the suspect on July 31st, 2024.
That day, my son went out to buy food when he witnessed Akinwande attacking his friend with a gun and machete. He tried to help by lifting his friend from the ground. That is when Akinwande shot him and attacked him with a machete.
She added that her son, Muhammad Chukur Ramadan, died the next day at the hospital, while his friend, Bola Kale Yusuf, died on the spot. She is now demanding justice.
Justice, dan Allah a taimake mu.
Mariam Olabisi, the mother of Bola Kale Yusuf, disclosed that her son, a commercial motorcycle operator, was attacked by Akinwande while walking.
On the 31st of July, I was called by my first son, Quadri Yusuf, that around 11:30 p.m. in the night, that Liresho have killed my son. So on getting there, I saw him brutally murdered.
Bola Kale's elder brother, Quadri Yusuf, dismissed claims that his brother was involved in cult activities, stressing that he was never a cultist.
This is not a cultist fight. Many people are trying to take this to another thing. This is not a cultist fight. Investigation can be made across. Bola is not a cultist. Ramadan is not a cultist.
Commenting on the development, the Sarki House of Idiaraba, Hassan Auyo, commended the security agency for their effort and urged the government to involve traditional leaders in local crisis management before situations escalate. He emphasized the role of traditional leaders in maintaining peace and harmony within communities. This issue that Songas Group initiated is something that can be tackled by traditional rulers at early stage. However, since the government reduced the influence of traditional rulers who are more closer to their people in their communities, the issue do escalate. In a statement on Friday, Lagos State Police Command spokesperson Benjamin Hundeyin confirmed Akinwande's arrest. He revealed that the suspect has been on the run and has finally tracked to Ogun State after several failed attempts to apprehend him. Hundeyin said The 44-year-old suspect was arrested in a coordinated tactical operation codenamed Silence, Speed, and Surprise by the command's tactical squad at his hideout in Agbado area of Ogun State. According to the statement, the police recovered a large pack of weapons and incriminating items from Akiwande's residence. Abbas Ibrahim Talibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
In a move to intensify interagency cooperation, the controller of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A Nigeria Customs Service has paid a courtesy visit to the Lagos State Commissioner of Police. The visit is part of efforts to strengthen existing relationships between the two agencies and enhance collaboration in the execution of their duties for national security. The report.
At the Lagos State Police Command Headquarters, security synergy took center stage as Comptroller Mohammed Shaibu of the Nigeria Customs Service met with Commissioner of Police Olorundare Jimoh. The CP highlighted the critical support the police have offered customs and fighting crime. He said intelligence sharing between the two agencies has helped in tracking and apprehending suspects involved in criminal activities. The courtesy visit underscores a renewed commitment to interagency synergy aimed at ensuring greater national security and public safety across Lagos and the country at large.
For seeing us together on this connectivity, that they know that we are perfectly on the same page. If they are need to compare notes in some certain area, but we sit together and compare the notes and move forward in the interest of the same country that we serve, which is Nigeria. So we send a message to our officers and men, equally send a message to who will be criminals that look, there's a perfect working relationship between the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Customs Service. So most time we are exchanging intelligence as it has to do with criminal and criminality, and they have assisted us in a lot of instances to be able to track down some criminal or people who have committed crime, suspects rather. So suspects who have committed crime, they are in the process of getting away with such.
Comptroller Mohammed Shaibu emphasized the strong collaboration between Nigerian Police Service, Civil Defense, and other security agencies.
All the security agencies in Nigeria were integrated in that team. And that team, I think, will work perfectly well. Then having gotten that, we've there are gaps between our operation. We always try to look at how do we bridge the gap. That is in my own side, Nigerian Customs Service side. So whatever we do, like that is the reason why you see me coming in here, just to still continue and build on that relationship and that synergy that we've been enjoying together and the collaboration. Because by the time we have a missing gap, we will not try to come to the Nigerian police. And you see me coming here is to consolidate on that same existing relationship that we had in the past. So if we're having a missing link, we tap on them. And like you see, nobody need to tell you. Because you look at what we are and how we fuse in together. So it means even if there's a missing gap, the gap has already been bridged here. So I think it continues to be bridged for any time today and tomorrow.
As both agencies reaffirm their commitment to collaboration, their synergy is expected to further enhance security and effective enforcement, especially in Lagos State.
The federal government has set up 270 vocational training centers nationwide to promote entrepreneurship and skill acquisition. Deputy Executive Secretary Technical of UBEC, Razak Akinyemi, revealed this in Abuja during a public hearing on 9 education-related bills, including proposals to establish technical and entrepreneurship institutes in Kebbi and Borno State. Here's more in this report.
The House of Representatives has shown a strong belief in vocational education as a pivotal tool for stimulating economic growth. With proposals or discussions centered on establishing vocational institutions across the country, lawmakers are turning their focus to technical skills development as a sustainable pathway to job creation and national productivity. While commending steps toward addressing youth unemployment, skill gaps and promoting innovation, Akinyemi argued that strengthening and expanding these existing structures could be more cost-effective and have a timely approach. While pledging the Commission's continued commitment towards building synergy with the House and relevant stakeholders in advancing Nigerian education and training landscape, he argued that clear delineation of roles between federal ministries, agencies, state, local government areas and institutions themselves is critical. In another development, the House of Representatives has inaugurated an ad hoc committee to investigate the implementation of the compressed natural gas (CNG) policy in the country. Speaking at the ceremony, Chairman of the committee, Ahmed Jaha, said that the mandate included assessing the safety, viability and sustainability of the CNG policy in Nigeria.
Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative. 3. National Gas Expansion Program. 4. Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning. 5. Federal Ministry of Environment. 6. Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. These are the stakeholders that we feel may in one way or the other be involved in the process of our assignment. If any member has any objection or addition, as far as these stakeholders are concerned, I think you are free to do so.
In their resolution on the motion, the House urged the federal government to establish CNG centers equitably across the country to give Nigerians a sense of belonging. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has restated its dedication to fully enforcing the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Act, originally signed into law in 2018. This reaffirmation was made during the official launch of the Global Disabilities Green Initiative in Abuja. Representing the chairman of the House Committee on Disability, Bashiru Daodu, lawmaker Fayinka Oluwatoyin stressed the need for more robust action, noting that over 30 million Nigerians with disabilities continue to face widespread discrimination and systematic exclusion. Daodu, through his representative, acknowledged the pivotal role of civil society organizations in pushing for the law's implementation. GDGI founder Angelina Ugben underscored the initiative's goal of fusing environmental activism with disability inclusion. Garba Magaji, Deputy Director at the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, applauded GDGI's efforts and assured the ministry's continued partnership in advancing disability rights and social inclusion.
Persons with disability are over 30 million in Nigeria, and they are faced with several challenges every day, including discrimination and access to employment.
Persons with disability are not problems to solve, they are pioneers to empower. For too long, our community faced two struggles: environmental injustice, talk about flood, drought, energy poverty.
It is a very good initiative. If you don't make noise, nobody will hear you. And it is to my delight that in our ministry, we are mainstreaming climate change into urban design.
They expressed commitment in protecting rights of persons living with disabilities.
In business, Nigeria's listed stocks gained about 1.43 trillion naira. The trading week ended this Friday. Investors hunted for value stocks across all sectors except oil and gas, which saw major profit-taking activities. The market recorded mixed trading sessions in the review week as cautious sentiment lingered. More investors' appetite for value stocks helped the market to outweigh sell-side effect to close in green zone. The market's performance indicator increased by 1.57%, while the market's return year-to-date increased to 16.58% this month. The stock market has risen by 7.39%. Away from Nigeria, Israel is facing mounting international condemnation following reports that more than 549 Palestinians were killed and over 4,000 injured in the past 4 weeks while attempting to access humanitarian aid in Gaza. According to Gaza's government media office, the casualties occurred at or near distribution points operated by the U.S. and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, raising serious concerns about civilian safety in conflict zones. Hospital sources reported that at least 47 more Palestinians were killed in renewed Israeli airstrikes in the early hours of Friday. This brings the total death toll in Gaza to 56,331, with more than 132,000 wounded since the war began on October 7, 2023. The violence has spilled beyond Gaza. In southern Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes killed at least one woman, injured 20 others, a day after drone attacks claimed 2 more lives amid worsening conditions. International calls for de-escalation and the return to peace negotiations continue to grow louder. Back here in Africa, the Central African Republic has declared 3 days of national mourning following a tragic explosion and stampede at the Batlemi Bugunda High School in Bangui, which killed at least 29 students and injured more than 250 others. The stampede occurred during higher education exams attended by an estimated 5,000 students. Survivors said a loud explosion from a transformer sparked panic, triggering the deadly rush. Among the victims were 16 girls, 2 pregnant women and 2 boys. Most died at the scene, while others succumbed to injuries in hospitals. A landmark military court has officially begun proceedings in Wau, capital of Western Belt El Ghazal, aiming to address serious misconduct by members of South Sudan's People's Defense Forces. The move is seen as a critical step in enforcing discipline, upholding justice, and rebuilding trust between security forces and the civilian population. Resident of the SSBDF General Court Marshal General Sten Camilo Mboro stressed the importance of accountability at all ranks. He said there will be accountability which would applies to anyone who has committed an offense. The court is set to hear 28 cases, including 15 related to serious crimes such as rape and murder. Civil society groups have welcomed the initiative, viewing it as a rare opportunity for justice in regions where legal access remains limited. UNMISS is UNMISS is providing technical assistance to support the process, which is part of broader efforts to reform South Sudan's security sector. For sports, let's join Adini Ajishafe.
The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olakpade, has called on the leadership of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, AFN, to use the opportunity of Nigeria hosting the 3rd edition of the Confederation of African Athletics CAA under 18 under 20 to produce new talent that will take over from established athletes in international competitions in the nearest future. Olakpade said Nigerians are looking forward to see the emergence of new kids on the block who will represent Nigeria at all African Games, Commonwealth Games, Olympics, and other international meets. The DG assured that preparations are in full swing, covering accommodation, transportation, feeding, technical support, and media logistics. 900 athletes and officials from 50 African countries are expected to compete during the 5-day event in Abeokuta. The CAA will hold in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital from 16th to 28th July 2025. And in football, former Super Falcons head coach Randy Wardrum has tipped Nigerians to reclaim the Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON title at 2025 edition in Morocco. The American tactician who led the Super Falcons to a semi-final finish at the last tournament hosted by Morocco believes the team has what it takes to emerge champions. Wardrum expressed confidence in the quality and determination within the Nigerian squad. Meanwhile, Nigeria's women's national team, the Super Falcons, held their second training session in Morocco as a full squad in camp prepared for a friendly match against the Black Princesses of Ghana, scheduled for 29th June. The physios, backroom staff, and players are all collaborating to ensure thorough preparation for the upcoming match to help prepare the team for the battle against Tunisia, Algeria, and Botswana in the group phase at the Women Nations Cup. That's Sport News. I'm Adeni Ajishafe.
That wraps up News Hour tonight on Trust TV. For more of our news programs, documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I'm Chiamaka Nwafo, I'm part of the production crew. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night.